misguided. Because, I believe in facts and data and that kind of stuff. First, I'm already seeing, a lot of panic on the Republican side. And a lot of it is, oh my gosh, it's going to be a bloodbath primary. Look at this, going to be a war. You name the adjective, modifier, noun, whatever to describe some kind of dark apocalypse. It's out there. It's Book of Eli. It's Book of Eli. Denzel's coming out. Denzel with the machete. The machete. He's coming out there with the shotgun and the machete. It's the end of the world. This primary is going to be terrible. The Republican Party's finished. Oh, man, we should all just pack up and go home. And I'm like, really? As I said to you the other day, where's that happened before? What example do you have in a presidential fight in the last, say, 30 years where the primary was devastating and made the general either not competitive or didn't lead the candidates win? The examples are endless, folks. You had a brutal primary between Obama and Hillary, and Obama won. Matter of fact, he won 2 terms. You had Donald Trump in a brutal primary with, gosh, I don't even remember how many people initially jumped in. 47? Remember Jeb, low energy Jeb? Marco, Little Hands Marco, or whatever. Was there a more brutal primary? Ted Cruz? Ted Cruz won Iowa. People forget. People think Donald Trump was inevitable. No, Ted Cruz won Iowa, folks. Go back, check it out. He won Iowa. Everybody's like, oh, Donald Trump is finished. That was a brutal primary, and something happened. Oh, yeah, that's right, Donald Trump won. I'm not telling you candidates love primaries because they don't like to spend the money. Then you got to spend money over 2 election cycles. But you got to remember, even for donors, that's considered 2 elections. Did you know that? So if you want to max out to an election, it's not maxing out for an election cycle, it's for an election. So if the max out is $2,600, you can give in cash because cash is message. And believe me, you don't think otherwise. And look what happened this last election to the Republicans that were dramatically outspent. And we got dinged up good in the Senate side. We did. That's just a fact. Looks like we're going to win the House hopefully today, which is good news. Not the best news, but good news. But with a primary and a general, people can donate twice. So in a fiery primary, one of the reasons primaries aren't necessarily catastrophic is donors. Yes, donors. See, it's the benefit of having run for office myself. You learn this stuff. It's really hard to get people to donate to your campaign for a primary when you have no opponent. Hey, we need $2,600. For what? For my opponent. Your opponent is Casper the Friendly Ghost. You don't have an opponent. When you have a hot primary like Obama and Hillary did, it gins up interest in donors. This is cool. Jim just sent this to me. Bill Crystal's already freaking out. Please do not underestimate your Bill, Xanax. Xanax, can I recommend a product? It's called, I think you need a prescription, Bill. I'm not sure it's over the counter. Xanax, maybe some benzodiazepine or something like that. Everybody stop freaking out. So one of the reasons these primaries you shouldn't freak out is it gins up a lot of interest from donors who wind up donating to the primary, who wind up becoming general election donors as well. Builds out donor lists, and money is message. Ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake. If you don't think money matters in politics, you're listening to the wrong show. You might as well start reading Aesop's Fable. The second thing is it sharpens up candidates. So if DeSantis, he's running. I base that on no inside information at all. I want to be clear. DeSantis is running too. If Ron DeSantis, who is a fantastic governor, in my opinion, the best in the country, I live here in Florida, and Donald Trump, whose record of accomplishments in one term far surpasses, I think, George Bush's in 2 terms by far. If those two want to go at it, you're talking like Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays in their prime. Who's better? I don't know. I guess we're going to see in the home run derby, ain't we? But nobody should fret. Let Biden sit on the couch if he wants to run for re-election again, run it from his basement, let him put out a press release once in a while. Fine. He may say, well, it worked last time. Well, let's see if it works again. Folks, don't worry about it. Don't worry about a primary. Can I just be candid too? Is that okay? I hope so, or else you wouldn't be listening to this show. You want cutesy time, get a freaking dog, okay? Call her Lucy, like my dog. Go get a golden doodle. They're the cutest things ever. They're not fighters. They're like the cutest dogs ever. My dog loves everyone, right? You want to do that's cutesy time. My dog is never mad at anyone ever. That ain't politics, bro. That ain't politics, okay? Politics is an ugly, filthy business. And you know what? You got to do a lot of things that if you were watching a guy in a movie do 'em, you wouldn't be proud of it. Gee, what's that up on the prompter? What am I looking at there? There's like a scene up there. What is that? It's distracting. You see that? Oh yeah, what is that, by the way? That must be the Fox thing. Sorry, guys. Don't mean to be distracted. Jim's like, can you handle this, please, during the break? No, we can't. No, we can't. I'm sorry. But yeah, you want cutesy time, go get a dog. Don't get involved in politics. It is a brutal business. I can't tell you how many times when I was running, people I thought were going to be total flakes and losers turned out to be the greatest, most loyal people on the campaign. And vice versa. I'm not kidding. People you thought were going to be diehards, that the minute another well-funded candidate jumped in, they jumped ship like that. Primaries are good. And one last thing on this primary, because he's going to be primary, Donald Trump. Pompeo's already putting out tweets hinting he's getting in. Larry Hogan's a joke of a candidate. He's going to get, former Democrat governor of Maryland pretending to be a Republican. They're all going to get in. A lot of people are emailing me and sending me Facebook messages too, saying things like, Dan, this is no good because Trump people are never going to vote for DeSantis. DeSantis people are never going to go vote for Trump. I've heard this 1,000 times. I heard the same thing about Obama people. Folks, listen, I was there in the inside baseball with this. Remember Bill Clinton's line, Jim? You remember this to Teddy Kennedy about Obama? When Clinton said about Obama to Teddy Kennedy, hey, Teddy, this guy be getting us coffee a few years ago, man. Right, bro? But that happened, folks. And everybody was so offended. Oh, that's racist. That's racist. He's suggesting the Obama people are never going to support Hillary if she wins now. Hillary's people are never going to support Obama. And he won. So that's nonsense. If Trump wins a primary, the Republicans are going to come home. If DeSantis wins a primary, Republicans are going to come home. By the way, it's early. I get that. You know, what do they say? Democrats fall in love, Republicans fall in line. I don't know who's going to win. I don't know who's going to win. I have no idea. I just know right now that it looks like it's a two-man race, Trump and DeSantis. I don't see any constituency going for Mike Pompeo. It's nothing personal. Nice guy. I mean, what Trump guy goes for Pompeo, being that Pompeo was a Trump guy? I don't understand. Larry Hogan is no constituency. Larry Hogan is a better shot at Democrat primary. So he should consider that. I don't think Nikki Haley's going to run. And can I say just one more thing? I'm sorry, just tactics. Again, I think having run, I feel like I have a little bit of experience here in this topic. I'm hearing a lot of commentary too from people on both sides. You know, one saying, well, you know, DeSantis shouldn't run because there's no way he's got a shot in, say, a 6-7 person field because Trump's going to get 30%, 40%, move on. Listen, I think that's bad for both sides because it gives the Trump campaign an artificial feeling of inevitability, which I don't think helps. Bill Kristol, I just read you that tweet. He's saying, don't underestimate Trump. Well, don't underestimate the other guys either. I'm trying to give you a broad-based perspective on this campaign here. Even though you know I'm a Trump guy, always have been, it's not in dispute. I want everyone to be comfortable here on this show going forward. I don't want anyone to feel like I'm not going to cover this fairly. I owe that to you, the audience across the country. I owe it to you. It's my obligation, and I mean it. But that logic is silly. That's logic from people who don't understand how primaries work. Trump's inevitable. He's inevitable. Don't worry about it. They'll split the vote. No, they won't. That's not how this works. Ladies and gentlemen, after Iowa and New Hampshire, first caucus and primary we're going to have, right? Everybody drops out. Pretty much everyone. Why do they drop out? Because they want to? Wrong. They drop out because if you don't win Iowa or New Hampshire, the donors leave you and go with the next guy. That's why Kamala Harris started her campaign with this big, huge announcement. She's laughing, cackling. And then 2 weeks later, she dropped out. No, let's not let you get it. After, she didn't even make it Iowa because the donors stopped giving her money. Remember, it's a national campaign. You can't run it out of your backyard. You got to go to South Carolina. You got to go to Florida. What is she going to do? Fly there on her own money? They're not going to do that.